results. We just opened a new division in our New Iberia clinic that is really neat called Stay Fit Seniors. And this is a circuit workout for seniors. And this is a chain. This is a national chain like Snap or Curves, but it's called Stay Fit Seniors, and we now have one.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What's a senior?
Well, this program is actually for anybody over 50. So it's called Stay Fit Seniors, but it's not just for people over 65, I guess. So it's actually people over 50. Okay. And the way that it works is it is a circuit training of machines and floor exercises that's designed just for the special needs of those that are a little bit on the seasoned side.
I just turned 51 last week, and I get that AARP thing in the mail. And no, I throw it in the recycle bin at the post office. I never open it. I don't even know what it's about. I have no idea what it's, but it's just an indication to me. I've been trained. I've been taught over the years that means you're getting up there in age. Therefore, when I get it in, when I open my box and I see it, I rush to the recycle bin and throw it. I don't even know what's in it. Right. So now, but 50, you can't really, 50's not, you're calling us seniors?
No,
really?
I'm not at all. Well, what I'm saying is the special workout needs of someone who gets over 50 years old are more things like
different.
It is. It's more, you should focus more on flexibility, movement, proper biomechanics, and not so much on treadmill weights, the types of things that younger folks should focus on. As we pass really 40, 45, and into our 50s, we really want to focus more on things like flexibility, stretching, those type of things to keep us from getting really stiff over the next 10 years. Because you're really looking 10 years out. You know, what you're doing
because
now.
They say 50 now is the new 40. I've even heard 50 is the new 30.
Oh, absolutely it is.
So
yeah, absolutely it is. And so this Stay Fit Seniors, the machines were designed just for you. There's video screens between each station to explain what to do. And so the room is set up like a little circuit. So you go to machine number 1, you watch video number 1, you do some floor exercises, then you go to machine number 2. This is really a cool thing. So this is really neat. It's fun. It's doctor supervised. It's specifically for the needs of seniors. And so if you're in the New Iberia, you want to go check that out. It's called Stay Fit Seniors. It's kind of like a Curves, but it's tailored just for older folks. Yeah. You know, people 50, 60, 65, 70, and on above from there.
Let's say it like this. For older folks who want to look and feel much, much younger.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yeah.
And so
I'm going to tell you right now, little boy, I can flat out still get it.
Yeah.
I can still get it. I might have to carry a medicine chest with me, but I can still get it.
Yeah. Weren't you the one that had the sick day yesterday? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
I got an ultrasound tomorrow. You want to come with me? Ain't no telling what they're going to see. I can't wait. I want to watch the monitor.
Dr. Kevin, I'm sorry. We're taking up all your time.
Oh, that's okay.
No, we're going to let him run. We always let him run overtime anyway.
So to the topic that we're going to begin discussing in October, and we're going to spend all month on this issue because this is something that really needs to be addressed. These are very important, significant issues, and it's actually a life and death decision. And we're going to start discussing emotional and mental disturbance, which is the whole gamut of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, bipolar disorder, ADD, OCD. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. But we know people that are getting these things at an unbelievable rate now. Nobody heard of these things 30 or 40 years ago. And now everyone you talk to,
diet?
There's actually four things, that we're going to discuss. But there's so many people are getting this, and so I'm grouping these all into one category called emotional disturbance because I feel like that they are all dysfunctions of the brain and the nervous system. Therefore, you see, instead of looking at these as all different types of diseases, I mean, why is depression and anxiety and panic attacks and bipolar disorder all different? Well, only because they manifest as different symptoms, but the underlying organ, the brain that they're all coming from is the underlying problem. So, from a wellness perspective, these all should be the same. And so, in other words,
my gosh, that's a great way to think of it.
Right. So as a wellness type practitioner, we don't want to break things into individual symptoms so we can describe A, B, C, and D as different conditions. We want to group things into a big category of what is the underlying dysfunction in the body that could be causing all of these disorders. And so, in other words, treating the symptoms, but not by doing things that will improve the function of the brain and central nervous system is the underlying key to treating these things from a wellness perspective.
Can I put it in layman's terms?
Sure.
Okay, my car, I get in my car and the lights don't come on. And the radio doesn't come on. And my little power seat won't move. So I called the repairman and I said, my power seats won't move. My radio is broken and my lights won't come on this morning.
Right. I have 3 different diseases. Or is it one thing?
3 things wrong with my car. And the repairman goes, no, it's your battery and the wiring.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy. I love it. Yeah. And so this is exactly right. So what we do is we boil things down to the underlying dysfunction of the human body. And I have been quietly doing research for about the last 6 months on this. I've been quietly in the background looking at this for quite some time, trying to find answers for these patients suffering with these emotional disturbances. And what brought all of this about is I had a young person in my office that was very near suicidal and tried everything. And so I began just quietly in the background doing research on this. And what I have discovered is really profound. And I'll tell you this. And we're going to get into this over the next several shows, but I can tell you this. There are answers that can help you, and there are things that I want you to know. And number one is, it's not your fault. Wow. There are reasons this is happening. Physical, real reasons that all of this anxiety, depression, ADD, ADHD, bipolar disorder, OCD, I mean, you name it. There are reasons this is happening. And there are
the reason that you have to tell folks that it's not their fault is because they believe it is?
Well, sure. They think, well, I'm just unlucky and I suffer with anxiety. Of course it's not it. There are physical, real reasons that this is happening in our bodies. It's not that you're just unlucky and you were doomed to suffer with anxiety or depression. There are physical, real reasons this is happening, and I've discovered 4 of them. And so I've discovered 4 things that we can do with these emotional disturbances. And so we're going to be going over these 4 things over the next few shows because, listen, this is so complicated. I can't just breeze through this in 30 minutes here.
Sure.
And so we're going to be discussing these 4 steps over the next few shows, and then we're going to be following that up with a community workshop to try to help these folks on October 22nd. It's going to be called 4 Steps to Balancing the Human Brain. And so it's so important, and I want guys to know I'm very serious about helping these people. This is a life or death issue. People are suffering with emotional disturbances out there at the rates never before seen in the history of mankind. And so we're
discussing it more because of Robin Williams' death.
Right. Exactly right. Yeah, of course.
If there's anything and you can good that came out of that tragedy is that we are conversing. There's more dialogue about this stuff now.
And that's a perfect example of someone who could have been helped. Mm-hmm. We could have just changed the pathway of his life and all the other ones around him if we could have just explained that there are other solutions out there. And these things are really, really remarkable. So I've been quietly researching this for about the last 6 months, and I have some remarkable findings. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and cut to break, and when we get back, we're going to discuss just how prevalent these emotional disturbances have become in society. It's unbelievable.